So, today we're going to take on the Mario Kart series. Right now, I'm playing Mario Kart Double Dash, and there's a reason for that. Double Dash is not in the book. Do you want to know what Mario Kart game actually made it in the book? Every single one up until Mario Kart Wii, except Double Dash. Super Mario Kart Super Circuit, Mario Kart 64, Mario Kart Wii, and Mario Kart DS. I'm playing the one that didn't make it into the book, basically as a comparison. Let's be honest, we only need one, maybe two at the top Mario Karts in the game. No, I don't want to save. Yes. I'm not going to go through any campaign modes or anything. I'm going to give them one Grand Prix each. 50cc, whatever. And, Mario Kart is actually a series that I've missed out on. Oh. So I have no idea what I'm doing. I played Super Mario Kart, but just in hindsight, the original. But I'm going to give each and every single one of these one good, solid Grand Prix race. I played kart racers before, so I know what I'm doing. But I guess this is my apology for taking so long to get to a racing game. Basically, you try to win and you collect power-ups. That's a kart racer for you. And Mario Kart is the biggest series of this, or the most prolific and most influential kart racer series. It's basically the Forza or Gran Turismo of kart racers. I've never played this game before, and I can tell you already, it's really intuitive. Like, I know exactly how I'm playing this game. Personally, I've always preferred F-Zero to Mario Kart. Well, I can't say I've always preferred it, but as an adult, being able to compare them... fake box, goddammit. I'm just more responsive to the over-the-top, fast... we'll talk about F-Zero later. F-Zero GX is going to be an interesting one. Okay, yeah, that's incredibly useful when I'm out in front. Alright. There doesn't seem to be much rubber banding in this game. Oh, I'm getting items that don't really help me very much. I'm not the most ideal racer. I have beaten Crash Team Racing, which was a challenge, but I could never get the Platinum Relics in that. Also, is anyone else disappointed that they didn't add Crash Team Racing to the Insane Trilogy? I don't think there was much of a reason not to add that, and Crash Bash for what it's worth. I am really enjoying this already, though. Like, this is... If I'm correct, every single course is... Every single Grand Prix is 4 tracks in pretty much any racing game ever, any kart racer. Super Mario Sunshine enemies. Yeah, I guess the blue shell didn't exist in this game yet. I think that's Mario Kart Wii's deal. And I understand that racing games, even kart racers, are best with two players, like two human players. Going against the computer might not be the best comparison. But I don't really have any other options. It's not the easiest thing in the world to get an emulator going. It's not really the easiest to get an emulator going for two players. I ran right into that thing. Okay, yeah, there seems to be no rubber banding here. I didn't pick, like, an easy mode, I don't think. So I'm going to have to keep that in mind. A racing game, especially a kart racer, it needs to have a little bit of rubber banding, because if you get too far ahead, it can be a little bit, it can get a little bit boring. 7 laps. Okay. Oh, it's a donut track. Ah, I do not know how to just get started. Ooh, I love this power-up. And like I said, I'm not the best racing game... Ah! Bowser Shell. Dead. Yeah, get aboard, Yoshi. I'd be worried about you for a second. Oh, I ran into my own trap. Okay. This track is definitely interesting. I don't think I know too many games that have a very small, almost arena-like track. That's what this more or less is, basically battling. Thank you for the mushroom. I am so not gonna win this one. Ah. This level gets cluttered easily. I can see why many games don't have this particular style of level. Well, that's annoying. Let's see, now that I've got racing games under my belt, the only genre I have yet to tackle is the adventure game, which I was not looking forward to. Yeah. We're in second place. Final race, let's do this. Okay, there we go. I gotta say, the graphics of this game, they really hold up. They're not as good as Super Mario Sunshine's, which the graphics in that game are amazing, no matter what else you think about it. Mario Sunshine looks fucking amazing. But no, this game holds up graphically very well. And maybe that's because most other Mario Kart games have been on that DS handheld after this one. But still, I really like how this looks. Draw distance never seems to be a problem. The effects look phenomenal. You can even see the heat waves. And the track design is definitely creative. I like how they use the environment. And I'm not going to let Princess Peach beat me twice in a row. I forgot to turn off Steam. I hate recording games full screen. Come on. Come on. Oh, it doesn't matter. We're almost done with this. In the other games, I don't need to record full screen. Except for Mario Kart Wii, which I'm not entirely sure if I'm going to be able to do that. But I'll be able to play through every single Mario Kart game on the list other than Mario Kart Wii. That I know for sure. If there's a weakness of this game, it's I'm not really feeling the power-ups. They seem very bare bones or useless. So far I've gotten speed up and projectiles and fake boxes. That's all I seem to have got. I got one invincibility, but the ones I'm getting most often aren't really interesting. Avoid the tornado. Okay. I'm going the wrong way. Wow. That was... Also, having Yoshi, or I guess whoever, knocked off the back probably isn't going to be very, is going to get very annoying very quickly. But yeah, that's Double Dash. It's basically what I'm going to use to compare to all the other games. This is the one that didn't make it in. And honestly, from what I understand about the Mario Kart series, this is the one that should have made it in. But we're going to see. I'm going to play every single game up to Mario Kart Wii. And we'll see how well it works. Oh, I finished second. Oh, the Piantas, we're going to have interesting things to say about you. Congratulations! Yes, that's my name. Ah. Alright, on to the next game on the list. We go from Mario Kart Double Dash to the original, Super Mario Kart. I know it might not be the most fair comparison in the world, but, yeah. Yeah. Like, obviously this is going to have less characters than Double Dash, considering Wario and... Actually, Wario was invented in 1992, but Waluigi and such did not exist. I think this is what, like, this is one of the earliest kart racers ever made, I believe. I don't know if it's the absolute first, but we're gonna keep going Mario. Keep it objective, I guess. Mushroom Cup race. Once again, 3 different courses. This is the only Mario Kart I've played beforehand, and I don't like it very much. Yeah, go. Okay. Yeah, and I don't know the button to go forward, but... let's really talk about this. Look at how piss poor the screen is utilized. Like, I can understand bad graphics, but screen utilization is something that I can't get past. The only thing you can see is the top half. Like, you'll notice that in most kart racers, what's on the bottom, the mini-map of the race, is off to the side and out of the way. That's because it's not as important as your actual, what you can see. Secondly, I don't want to say that Mode 7 isn't good enough to make a full 3D environment like this, considering F-Zero does work much better, and F-Zero, the original, has aged a lot better. But the way things are done here, it's just not good. I do not like how coins and boxes or stuff are just sprites on the ground. I mean, I wouldn't mind if they were sprites, but they would need to be like the car. Things you can see on the way. It's incredibly easy to miss. Also, it doesn't do the environments many favors either. This looks so barren and empty. In the modern day and age, there is no reason to play the original Super Mario Kart. If you want a racing game on the Super Nintendo, just go with F-Zero. It holds up a lot better. It's not the best racing game ever, but it's probably the best one on the Super Nintendo. And F-Zero came out before this. Like, the fences are just tiles on the ground. You can't do that. The pipes are 3D sprites. Or, they're sprites that aren't just on the ground. Also, it looks like power-up boxes don't respawn. Like, I get it. Like, this is one of the first kart racers ever made. But as I've said many, 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 many times at this point, a game being the first to do something does not mean it's a must-play. It ain't who did it first, it's who did it best. And also, I don't think my opponents can use items. I hope there's no Mario Kart worse than this. I really hope not. I don't think there would be. Like, it's interesting. The mini-map view down there looks a lot better, but if you're staring at that, you're gonna crash into things. Like that. Honestly, this is one of those games that, oh, I've ranked out. Okay. It makes me wonder how it ever became a franchise. Let's win this. No more goofing around. I'm sorry if you're keen on this, but on this game, but no. The original Mario Kart just doesn't hold up. Like, the fences are at least brightly colored. I'll give them that, so they're a little bit easier to see, but still, it's just not enough. This reminds me a lot of the mining minigame in Super Mario RPG, but that is literally, like, my least favorite part of Super Mario RPG. Actually, well, there's a few parts of that game that I don't like, but it's definitely very clunky. I can appreciate this game more as an experiment than anything else. And I spun out. Like, if I lose again, I'm just going on to the next one. There's no reason for me to keep trying this. And I mean, I appreciate it as a pioneer, and it's interesting to see how far we've come. But there's really no reason to go back. Yep. How come they don't rank out and they are able to keep going forward? Like, I imagine this being, like, really impressive at the time. Then again, like I said, F-Zero was a launch title. Also, I hate how you have to wait like a second before you're able to launch your power-ups. Speaking of power-ups, it's even more limited than Double Dash, which I guess is a good thing in retrospect. Yeah. So, from what I understand, Super Mario Kart gets a special subset of no. It gets to be a sequel. I'm going to say replace this one with Double Dash. Or the latest Mario Kart, I think we're on 9 now. I don't own it. Like, with the series so ongoing as this one, it's kind of like the Pokemon problem, like every single, like, or actually it has the same problem that sports games do. Where usually the latest one is going to be the one you want to go with. Would it be cheating if I just, you know, made all of this like one entry, the Mario Kart series? Okay, the Y button changes your view. So you can change it from minimap to seeing what's behind you. Neither one are worth looking at, and pressing the Y button when your finger is on the B button, is just awkward and out of the way. As far as I can tell, the X button doesn't do anything. Oh, yay. These thwomps look comically bad. They look nothing like thwomps, even though they're 2D sprites. How hard was it to rip them from Super Mario World? You rip the music from it. Huh, it's a lot easier to drive when you're made smaller. It's almost like they made the track too narrow. But I thought the shrinking power-up was supposed to make it harder for me. Also, notice how shit I'm driving, and yet I'm still winning almost like every single time. I'm lapping the Koopa. Is that Super Mario Kart done with? Yeah, I won this time. Oh, track 5, I guess. Oh, final. Excellent. Let's just win this. And in a way, it is kind of sad to see a game so objectively obliterated through the passage of time. Are they really trying to put one path higher than another on a single plane? On the other hand, like I'm glad that the Mario Kart series has gotten better than this. Like, I don't know if I would have liked this even back then, when I was a little kid. This NES was one of my first consoles. Come on. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Peach. Yeah, I go slower, but who needs to go who needs to go that fast? Yes, going slower makes it easier to win the race. That's really strange. That's Mario Kart with the highest score possible. I thought there wasn't supposed to be alcohol in Nintendo games. Great race. Well, we're all entitled to our opinion. Mario Kart is a no. Mario Kart 64! Well, already off the bat, it looks a lot better. Up to 4 players. Right, that's what the N64 was known for. Now, I'm actually pretty much excited for this one because the N64 is one of my favorite consoles for racing games. It has a lot of great ones, like Wave Race 64, 1080 Snowboarding. And I'm playing Mario in every single one, not because he's my favorite character, but because I want to keep it consistent, and I'm going to the Mushroom Cup in every single one. Huh, they're still 2D sprites. Very highly detailed 2D sprites, but it's interesting. What the hell? Okay. Okay, this is the first time that I've noticed the soundtrack, and it's really good. Alright, the Z button does that. How do I... okay. But yeah, the soundtrack here is... it's better than Double Dash's, I will say that. Alright. Okay, so another positive is that this game doesn't make me hate myself like the original did. However, if there is a weakness, it's in the controls. It just feels tighter than Double Dash. And control is what it's all about in a racing game. That's not even mentioning the graphics, which look very pixelated. I mean, I guess they would, considering they're sprites for some reason. Why are they all sprites? Going back to the F-Zero comparison, F-Zero X was able to use 3D models in a 3D race. I mean, I guess it looks nicer than you can make a 3D model look. But... at least up close, far away, it's not as good. Alright, and it seems like our, there's finally some rubber banding. I can't just skip ahead to the next one like I could in the original. Okay, I don't need to see the stats for every individual lap. Moo Moo Farm! That was my favorite level in Mario. Well, this soundtrack is interesting, at least. Country Bluegrass. But so far, it seems the series is going how I predicted it would go. It gets better with each installment. Mario Kart 64 holds up a lot better than Super Mario Kart. The problem is, why would you play this when you have Double Dash? Like, I legitimately don't know why you would, unless you have nostalgic feelings for this. I mean, I guess there's a difference in map design, or track design. But it's just the way that the game feels, you know? Also, every single Mario Kart that I say no to is going to be a filler entry. So by the end of this video, I'm predicting the book is going to have a lot higher filler rate. Considering there's not really much more to talk about when it comes to Mario Kart. They put 5 of them in the book. 5 of them. And a series to date that's only had 8 or 9 installments. Back at the time, it had 7 installments. I think. Actually, I think it had 6 installments. Back when the book was originally released. I believe Mario Kart 7 came out before the second edition of the book was released. I mean, that is just so incredibly lazy. I get that Mario Kart has a high standard, but you know what? No, they put Super Circuit in the book, which is going to be an interesting one. Like, this is one of the biggest flaws of the book. Like, it's not even that they're putting every installment of a series in, it's just the series that they pick. Like, Guitar Hero. Let's put in 1, 2, 4, and Metallica. Ooh, I like this beach theme. Alright, I will say that of the 3 games I played so far, Mario Kart 64 has the best soundtrack. It's better than Double Dash's soundtrack. But that's maybe because I've heard quite a few YouTubers put this particular song in their videos. Also, it seems like... no, come on. Shortcuts are starting to be put into the map. But yeah, you only need to play one Mario Kart to get the idea. Like, obviously not a bad Mario Kart, but... I mean, if I played this one over Double Dash, I would still get the idea of Mario Kart, and I would see what it's about. I am doing shit in this race. But no one in hell needs to play 5 different versions of Mario Kart. I will say the sound direction is really good here, even though the cart kind of sounds like a vacuum cleaner. Yeah, I don't tend to often go for secrets because they fuck me up a little bit. Alright, for a case in this game, I do think it has more rubber banding than Double Dash. So the NPCs will try a little bit harder to... It's a harder game than Double Dash. At least with single player, but I'm going to assume that you're going to play Mario Kart with other people. So the difficulty isn't exactly something that I'd really want to hold for or against a Mario Kart game. I mean, once again, it's no F-Zero. But yeah, in the book, there is a lot of racing games that have filler entries. Burnout, Forza, Gran Turismo, Ridge Racer. There are 3 Ridge Racers in the book. Ridge Racer, the original, Ridge Racers, and Ridge Racer Type 4, even though anybody who... You don't even have to have ever played a Ridge Racer game to know that R4, Ridge Racer Type 4, is the only one that's a must-play. It is the best one of them. Calamari Desert. Far be it from me to let Wario steal from me again. Speaking of which, Super Mario Land 2 didn't make it in the book. And wouldn't that be a much better usage of their space rather than a million goddamn Mario Karts? Like, I'm not trying to cherry-pick the book's entries. I mean, at this stage of the game, it might be easy, but... Like, I'm gonna play every single one of them, so sooner or later, we're going to have the objective answer. Well, not the objective answer, my opinion of the answer of how well they did. I mean, technically speaking, if we're going on the traditional American grading system, they could still end this with an A. The first 100 games can be a no, but the other 900 could be fantastic. Granted, I'm pretty sure that there are more than 100 games in the book that are very obvious no's. Not just no's, but very obvious no's. Like, Return to Castle Wolfenstein was a no, but it wasn't a very obvious no, like, like Zookeeper. There's been quite a few no's so far. Honestly, it might be a challenge to determine what my top 10... their top 10 worst suggestions are so far. I mean, we're almost at 50. In fact, by the end of this playthrough, considering I've added 5 more games, we might be at 50. What would you say are the top 5 worst entries so far? Like, Zookeeper is probably going to be very high on my list. Just because not only is it a ripoff, it's basically shovelware. I need time to think about it, to really go through the list of the games that I played, because I don't actually remember all the games I've played so far. At least not offhand. Gorf would be another one, though. Stargate. Remember that one back towards the beginning where it was pretty much a carbon copy of Defender? That's the only time where being the original will be in your favor in this playthrough. Come on, come on, come on. Just made it. Wait, that's it? There are only 3? Did I go through 4? Alright, I have enjoyed Mario Kart 64. Double Dash still wins out in my opinion, and I don't think it's going to be surpassed with the remaining games on the list. Next one is going to be an interesting one. The most baffling entry on the entire list. But first, I want my trophy. It's much, much bigger than Super Mario Kart's, which is a plus in my book. So shiny.
Congratulations! I got it!
Alright, on to the next one. And it's time for Mario Kart Super Circuit, which is the very first GBA game that I've done, I think. Yeah. Oh, you're able to choose randomly this time. Looks like we have less characters than before. Yeah, it's okay, let's... Lightning Cup. Oh, there are more levels to choose from, okay. There are more options, but let's see how well it plays. Oh, this is perfect. We're back to the Super Mario Kart way of things. Ah, I've already spun out, wow. Oh, I forgot, I have a fast forward button. Oops. Yeah, the Visual Boy Advance is what I'm using. It has a fast forward button. So I will try my damnedest not to use that again. It screwed me up and sent me into a wall, so... It's Mario Kart on your Game Boy Advance. That's it. It looks uglier than 64, even though it came afterwards. But what really annoys me is that the fences are back to 2D tiles. Hey, I mean... It looks like basically just an upgraded port of, the original Super Mario Kart. I will use fast forward and stuff through cutscenes and stuff. And for future GBA games, I'm probably not going to use it. But we need to get through this quickly. We've still got a couple of games to go after this. Like, I mean, I get the utility here. It's the first Mario game on a handheld. But who's ever gonna go back to play this? It's the most baffling entry by far. I mean, the original Super Mario Kart I get it. It was the original. You can make a case for that. But Super Circuit? The controls are much clunkier, too. I mean, it's more fun than the original, I will say that. It's a better game than Super Mario Kart, but making a game a must-play isn't always based on its quality. And this is just another Super Mario Kart. I expected to hate it more than Super Mario Kart, but no, it's at least playable in the modern era. But I don't know why you would. Whee! I can go fast. I mean, it works hard with the aesthetics. It tries hard to look good with very detailed sprites. But all I can see is that that's just a static background pasted onto basically an empty nothing field. Soundtrack's alright. Mario Kart 64 still wins in that regard. The power-ups seem to have stayed largely the same. Also, notice how there are prompts of, like, which way I should turn, and that there's upcoming danger. A game should never, ever have to do that. It's a bad sign. If you feel the need you have to do this, you should have worked a lot harder on conveyance. I mean, maybe if there was a sign on the road, it would make a little bit more sense. But no, it's just on the heads-up display getting in the way of the action. In my opinion, this is one of the clearest examples of the book just filling space, because they couldn't think of 1001 video games you must play. Which is really, really sad considering what they missed. Remember, they picked this game over Double Dash. It existed when the book came out, and they thought that this one was a better entry than Double Dash as far as I'm concerned. And don't say they're just picking ones based on quote-unquote innovation, because what kind of innovation was Mario Kart DS or the Mario Kart Wii? They were just basically upgrades to the formula. Bowser Castle 1. Didn't I already play this in Super Mario Kart, the original? It looks surprisingly similar. And hey, the thwomp still looks like shit. Like, nothing close to what they should look like. Yeah, it feels like the exact same level. I get that it's just the same aesthetic, but it really looks like the same level. Thankfully, this is, I believe, the last 2D Mario Kart I need to play. Great job, Koopa! Launching me right into the goddamn drink. I have no idea why there's annoying blinking. The track here would be a lot better if it didn't, like, loop so much. He didn't start me... There was no way to get enough momentum to jump over the next one. Oh good, just barely enough. Why is Super Circuit in the book? Why? Great. On to the next one. Mario Kart DS. As you might have noticed, I've been doing these chronologically from the most part. Nice opening theme. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, sure. No thank you. I just want to play. Hopefully I won't have to use touch controls and gamepad simultaneously. Let's do this. Same basic choices. It's interesting how they haven't really stretched to add more characters to the roster. I guess 8 basic is enough. Different ways of playing the same character. That's nice. The Mushroom Cup, yeah. Okay, I like how Mario's Kart looks. I mean, that's a very weird way to start this, but I really do like how the kart finally looks like an actual go-kart. Oh hey, this time it makes sense for the screen to be split in two like this. I'm really sorry that you're seeing what I'm doing through the small one, the small window. I'm going to fix that. There we go, I just had to reverse it and then remember to start recording again. You have missed 2 seconds, that is it. Usually the top screen or in the DS games has more to see, more interactivity. That's why I set it that way as default. Alright. So I'm first. Switching the other screen is still hard to do. Just like it was in the original. I'm sorry, but the Y button is just too far out of reach. Honestly, the select button is a little bit better. Oh, yay, ink. That's a new one. Jump and stuff. Alright. Oh, the box is fake too, huh? Okay, I really like this track. Not the racetrack, but the musical track. It just sounds good. Next course, let's go. Okay, so far I'm going to say that I think this game has the best Mario Kart soundtrack so far. Mario Kart 64 still looked better. Obviously, Double Dash is the best looking one so far. I think the N64 was visually superior to the original DS. It's definitely not as close as a match as the Game Boy Advance was to the Super Nintendo. Because every single time they try to put an N64 game on the DS, which it looks like they kind of wanted to do here, it just looks a little bit pixelized. Even though this is the first Mario Kart game where I'm actually playing with 3D models. Mario isn't a sprite in this one. One thing I noticed is I'm not going very fast. There really isn't much of a sense of speed here. Maybe that's because I'm not running into coins or the right power-ups, but no, I feel like I'm going a little bit slower. Yeah, even when I'm going on a turbo boost, this game just feels slow, and I think that's its fatal flaw. Like, maybe they did this so you wouldn't get motion sickness, because you're probably going to be playing this in a car. Also, considering that there is no, like, rubber banding or else, like, the only other racer that's there may as well just be the second player. 3, 4, and beyond don't even exist in my mind. And keep in mind, I've been burning out pretty much every single start. Yeah, it just feels slower. Like I'm racing in an actual go-kart. I don't know why, maybe it's the smaller screen size. But yeah, it's just a much slower game, which is the last thing you want in a racing game. Once again, yeah, Double Dash is the best so far. And no, I'm not playing Mario Kart 7 or 8 because I don't have the means to do that. Also, I find that really funny. Like, they have all of these subtitles and then they just randomly start numbering them again. Usually that happens backwards because it's very confusing the other way around. I don't even know if there were 6 Mario Karts before. Actually, yes, there were. I complained about them. From what I understand, though, Mario Kart 8 really managed to stand out. Oh, hey, it's the blue shell. What's the big deal again? Like, I just got hit by it and nothing happened. I'm still winning. Yeah, I get it. It's a lot more annoying when you're dealing with actual players. I will say, though, wow. Okay, now I'm starting to get it. The minimap in this game is actually a lot more useful. Oh, blue shell again. Okay, I understand it now. It's not just getting hit by it once, it seems like everybody gets a blue shell. And you're just pummeled by it again and again and again. Alright, this might be my favorite Mario Kart game so far, aesthetically, though. Not that it has the highest graphical fidelity, it's just... the environments they construct look very, very nice. Oh, hey, Luigi's Mansion. I do want to play that game this October, which is coming up. The only issue is, like, I legit don't know if that's going to be a yes or a no. Like, it's one of those games that's right on the line for me. I would definitely prefer it to Dark Moon, but, yeah, I don't know the answer on that one. So I guess you guys tell me what you think. Not the biggest fan of this remixed soundtrack, though. Yeah, this is the worst audio track so far. It's the only one I would leave behind, to tell you the truth. This track in general is just really boring. Even with the Luigi's Mansion tie-in, or the reference, I guess, you're barely in the mansion. Oh, yay. I am going to hate blue shells by the end of this, aren't I? Even though we only have one game to go. And hopefully I can play it. Really hoping Mario Kart Wii doesn't have motion controls. Go, go, go. Squid. Oh, no, you squiddin'. Like, it's not very hard to see. Yeah, there is no rubber banding here at all. That minus the lack of speed, like, or plus the lack of speed, it really means that this just doesn't feel like, it doesn't feel like a good racing game. It's a little bit too slow. It's not my least favorite so far. In fact, I'd probably put this one right in the middle. But I'm probably not going to go back to this one, that's for sure. Another one down. this the last one? I think this is the victory lap, I guess. Yeah. That's Mario Kart DS. Like with Super Circuit, I have no idea why they put this one in the game, or in the book. Like, I legit, like, what's the point? And no, I'm not going to read into the book to figure out why. I'm not that curious. I'm not going to read 5 different fucking entries. Okay, I don't know how objective I can be on this one, because the controls I can't figure out how to get fucking working properly. So, I try my best, but to, yeah, let's go here. I had to test this out a bit. Ah, no, I want to go back. This is, yes, B. No, not back to the... Prohibit. Yes, Nintendo does... You think Nintendo hated emulation now? I'm fairly certain the reason why they made the Wii is because how much they hated emulation. Go up. Go up. Yes. Okay. You know what? I'm not gonna take any chances. We're fucking doing this automatically. Mushroom Cup. Let's go. Let's give it a go. And it's gonna lag a bit because we're emulating a Wii game, which is a little bit more hardware intensive than I'm used to. Alright. Okay, I know I have pretty much... I know what each of the buttons do. Good. Okay, I don't know how I managed to set this up, but for me to tilt this way, I need to push the thumbstick backwards. Or press back. And to do it the other way, I need to do forward. I'm going to assume that the controls in this game work perfectly. Once again, though, I seem to be, lacking a sense of speed. Okay, this game definitely looks the best graphically, absolutely. Although, Double Dash still might have it in aesthetics. Alright. I will figure out how to emulate Wii games properly at some point, or I will fucking buy a Wii. And figure out how to screen capture. Oh yeah, that power-up is still here. Wow, Peach is really far behind. Oh. Oh, now I see. There we go, there's that sense of speed. Yes, next race. Oh, hey, Boom Boom Meadows? I thought it was Moo Moo Farm. Yeah, don't expect too many Wii games for me to play until I absolutely have to. I'm going to save most of them towards the end. Okay, Moo Moo Farm had country music. For a second, or at the start, this almost sounded Celtic. Yeah, like, there's like a pan flute in it. But now that we're at the end, I guess we can talk about this. Like, it's instances like this that really piss me off. The fact, it's what specifically pisses me off about the book. Like, five Mario Kart games. 5 of them. I can understand 2 of them. Like, go with the latest one and go with the one that the fans say is the best. But the original Super Circuit, and all while missing the one that people say is the best. I mean, why would you do that? The ink power-up is still pointless. Like, I'm playing with a mismatched controller where the buttons do different things than what they're supposed to. You really think you could screw me up with just some ink in my face? But, I mean, seriously. 5 games. When there are so many better selections, even within the series that they chose. Like, even ignoring what I'm doing here, I would be fairly confident saying Double Dash is better. Although this one would probably be second. And I'm not just saying that because of the controls. I'm saying that because of the fucking blue shells. I understand what you guys mean by them now. And yeah, I get it. You don't want a player trailing behind for, like, at the beginning of the race while somebody else is winning. But for a counterpoint, I would say if somebody is that far behind, either they're not good at the game and they're never ever going to win, or their luck is so shit that they're never ever going to win. Also, there is a criticism that you could throw at pretty much any kart racer. It's that when you're winning, you don't get good enough power-ups and stuff, and it just becomes kind of, you know, boring. Going around a boring track. I think in Mario Kart 64, the other players, or the other NPCs, made the best effort. Oh, this is... Oh, good. Doesn't affect you when you're in the air. Oh, this is... Oh, okay, that was exciting. Okay, they use the weirdest instruments in the soundtrack for this game. Yeah. that's basically the definition of a Mario Kart Wii playthrough. This is the first time I've ever played this game, and I know that for a fact. Getting right to the edge of the finish line, getting blue shelled, and then losing, basically. And I'd be remiss if I didn't mention, only the player in last place gets a blue shell. So, it can't help them. They're still going to be last, considering the blue shell only hits who's in first. Oh, that's... Yay! Still in second place. But yeah, like, I feel almost cheated that so many Mario Kart games are in this book. Because there are just so many fantastic games that they missed. So in my opinion, if you're not going to play Double Dash, go with the latest Mario Kart. So, pretty much, go with any Mario Kart that's not in the book. Which is either very funny or very sad. Yeah, now the power-ups are really starting to become obnoxious, actually. In the other games, the power-ups were kind of minimal, but oh my god, the blue shell. Lightning Cloud. Like, I wouldn't mind if it was more like Super Circuit, where it just paused you for a brief second. But no, it's this over-the-top shit. I am not gonna win this one. Come on. Also, it takes too long to be able to use your power-up. I should be able to use it instantly. Also, this musical track does not fit this racetrack at all. Come on, we can do this. We can finish this off, you know, provided we don't get hit by a fucking blue shell. Like, why is this so jazzy? This level has nothing to do with that. It's like a typical racetrack mixed with, like, a dock, a factory. Come on, come on. Next, Look at that. I won again. Even with jacked up controls. I don't know what else to say. The most fun I had was with Double Dash. And I'm not saying that because of the controls. The power-ups in Mario Kart, like, the reputation is accurate. How the power-ups are done in this game really makes it not enjoyable. Yeah, if you launch a blue shell in last, it might feel satisfying, but it doesn't help you in the slightest. The game Crash Team Racing had an item like this, but if you were fully powered up, it would hit everybody, not just the player in first. So my favorite was Double Dash, the one that's not in the book at all. The best one in the book is Mario Kart 64. Then I'd put Mario Kart Wii. Let's see. There were 5 in the book. Oh yeah. Then Mario Kart DS. Then Mario Kart Super Circuit. And finally, the original Super Mario Kart. None of them should be in the book. At all. This is one of the series that they fucked up the most. As far as the book is concerned, they didn't fuck up the Mario Kart series. But yeah, that's 5 no's to add to the pile. What would I say for this whole thing? Mario Kart is probably, like, I think it's the series that I'd want to smash together. Like, say, just Mario Kart, the series, is a must-play. But I would probably expend 2 slots. One for the latest Mario Kart. Right now it's Mario Kart 8. And one for Mario Kart Double Dash. At least have one on consoles and one on handhelds. I can see the argument for having one of each. But I'm just going to say, what I'm going with right now is Mario Kart the series. The entire series is just one entry. It doesn't matter which one you play. Just don't play the original.